Before I start this video, we're currently designing a load of our 2018 products, and I'd really appreciate it if you could comment down below your least favourite thing about Gymshark product, your favourite thing about Gymshark products, and what you might want to see in our future ranges. So yeah, please comment down below and I'd really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the video. The first step in the journey of a product becoming a reality is the inspiration or the idea, and this is so open-ended. It can literally come from anywhere, a place, a product, or a thing, and all the inspiration comes from the designers. We'll go to different events and different gyms and different things like that just to try and draw inspiration from anywhere around the world. How many inspirations trips do we do a year?
So we do like one big one before the beginning of the season.
We've got ComplexCon in November. The good thing about ComplexCon is we can get inspiration for events and pop-up stores again. So stuff like that's really cool, and it's funny how you can transfer like the skills, if that makes sense. We have colour palettes at the start of each season. Like I said, we've got autumn, winter, spring, summer, and then there's the fast track. Colour palettes is probably where we have most of our arguments, isn't it? Or we definitely did.
It's really subject to opinion.
Yeah.
I really like purples and lilacs.
I hated lilac. I hated lilac. Like, I didn't want lilac to go live at all, but Lois obviously did, and thank God it did in the end, because I think it was one of our best performing colours of the season. So then when we've got all of our inspiration for our colour palette, as you can see here, and we'll print it all off, we'll put it all together, and then based on that we'll then draw out the colour palette from our Pantone books and essentially end up with a colour palette for that season.
After the inspiration period and the research period, it's then like the design direction, which is like the biggest presentation that we have to give of the season, where we're showcasing what we want to do for the season and what we've seen from our inspiration trips, and we present the colour palette, we present the ideas and the themes.
Hopefully after that design direction meeting, everyone, all the different parts of the business, all the way from myself, Steve the CEO, to the trade and more commercial guys and the product team, everyone is aligned and agreed on the direction that the design is going for that range. After we've agreed the design direction, we'll be given a range plan which comes from the buying team.
We are very involved with the designers. We will get involved with general line planning and range planning. So this will involve colours, size curves, and this is to make sure that we've got the ideal split across everything. So we will literally work right up until the last point of PO submission to make sure that we've got the best selection of data and that we are buying spot on for what the customer wants.
Once the design direction has been done, everyone's pointing in the same direction, and the range planning is done, is with the designers, that's when design season starts, and that's when these guys really get going and start to design all the product.
Me myself, I like to have quick sketches, so then once I've sort of got the final designs I like, then I'll put it onto the computer. This is a fresh hoodie coming out this season. We work really closely with the garment techs, the fabric guys, to make sure we have fabrics consistent across the board.
So I designed the swimwear, and Gymshark had never done swimwear before, so we had a complete blank canvas. These are the new colours here, so these are the autumn winter colours, so they're in line with the colour palette that sits across the whole range. Also with swimwear we had a huge launch at Miami Swim Week, which was absolutely amazing, so that was a really good way for Gymshark to launch into the swimwear market, so it was really exciting.
Hi, I'm Rochelle. I'm going to talk you through like a spec, how we turn our design from an idea to an actual garment. We do the design, get it all signed off with the buyers, and then we put it into something called a design spec. This basically explains to the tech girls and then the factory what we want, and we eventually then send this tech pack to Becky, and Becky, she'll then make it from just a picture with some basic descriptions to actual measurements and details on how to make it.
Once the designs are complete, that then passes on to the garment techs, who will create the tech packs and start to make the product a reality essentially, and they'll constantly be chatting to the suppliers and the manufacturers, and this is where the sampling and the fitting stage will begin.
So once the designers get their designs signed off, it comes over to our development team, and then we'll have to get all their information into a tech pack. So we start off with a design spec that's got initially every single detail in there. The fit log, which is where we'll request a fit, so we get a standard block t-shirt and have to alter the different measurements to what we want.
We put initial measurements on for the factory to follow to make a first sample, and then we'll fit it on the models in the office. We'll basically fit a sample until we're happy with the fit. Following that, we'll get PP samples in, which are in correct fabric, correct colours, correct logo colours. Everything's absolutely correct for us to approve for the factory to follow for bulk.
So this is the fabric library, and this is a proper exciting part of the office because there's a ton of different things going on. We've got a library over here of fabrics which we might be using currently, or just fabrics that we haven't used before that are here. And we've got all sorts of different samples. So again, we've got like waistband samples of things we may or may not use. We've got fabrics. Here we've got what will eventually be a flex legging. So in this little room is where the fabric guys will spend a lot of their time. When we have a colour palette, we'll have a bunch of different colours. However, one colour may be used across several fabrics. So for example, if you've got a blue bottom and a blue t-shirt that's all part of the same range, you want the blue to be the same, but the likelihood is that they're made out of two different fabrics.
So as Ben touched on before, this is the dark room. This is the light cabinet, and we use this to keep consistency throughout colours, whether that be from product to product or in different environments. And we do that by assessing it under different light sources to make sure that whether you're outside or in a store or in the gym, that the colour is consistent in these different environments.
So when the products have been finished and it's been all signed off, photo shoot samples will come directly into this room here, which is like the studio in GSHQ. And this is where every single product shot on the website is shot right here. So the models will come in here and everything will be shot right in this room. Once the product has been designed, spec'd, sampled, everything, and it's been signed off by everyone, we get a final sample, and this is where it comes into this room, the product archive room, which is like the holy grail of GSHQ. In here we've got like the master copies of every product, new and old, going forward to up to 18 months in advance. We've got a bunch of stuff in here that I'm really excited about, like the product that I'm wearing now, which is coming in a bunch of different colours with women's. We've redesigned the Flex. Now this is coming soon, and again, this is only a sample at the moment. This was a fast track product. What that is almost like an ad hoc range product or family that sits away from the main range and is made really, really fast. I wanted to do something like this. It was like a more of a bodybuilding range, proper tough material, but has an incredible stretch to it, but I absolutely love it. This is my, passion, and it's a really, really exciting part of the business to work in. So hopefully that's given you a little bit more of an in-depth view of how we go through our entire product process from start to finish. It was really, really fun recording this video. This is one of my favourite parts of the business. So I'm going to be recording a lot more videos similar to this. So please like, comment and subscribe, and thank you for watching.